Chapter 1. Childhood Shadows. The heavy echo of a prison door slamming shut marks the beginning of a journey into the lives of those incarcerated in a facility built on rehabilitation. Inmate voices emerge, each carrying the weight of their pasts, as we delve into their childhoods. A former teacher recalls the joy of teaching, underpinned by the sorrow of descending into addiction, a tragic twist that altered the course of his life. Meanwhile, a gang member reflects on the tumultuous streets of his youth, where violence became a survival instinct, and vulnerability was often masked by bravado. These early experiences lay the foundation for their current realities. Listeners are invited to witness the intertwined tales of innocence lost and regrets harbored, capturing moments that haunt yet shape these individuals. As their stories unfold, the sounds of distant laughter and playful chatter fade, overshadowed by the stark realization of their isolation within these walls. Chapter 2. Childhood Shadows. In this chapter, the voices of the inmates resonate with vulnerability as they reflect on their formative years. Memories of laughter and innocence intertwine with the shadows of neglect and trauma. One inmate, Sarah, recalls a childhood filled with fleeting moments of joy, overshadowed by a chaotic home life where stability was a luxury she never knew. Another voice, Marcus, recounts his early love for sports, describing how the thrill of the game provided an escape from the harsh realities of his neighborhood. Yet he recalls the friends who chose paths of crime over camaraderie. As they share their diary entries, the soundscape evokes the ambiance of playgrounds and distant laughter, interspersed with the sobering echo of police sirens, reminders of the struggles that would shape their futures. Through these stories, the seeds of desperation and resilience are sown, laying bare the connection between their childhood experiences and the journeys that led them to incarceration. Chapter 3. Confronting Regret. In the hushed silence of their cells, inmates grapple with the weight of regret. Voices tremble as they recount the moment of their arrest, a pivotal point that thrusts them into a world of confinement. "I remember the sirens blaring, the panic, everything changed in an instant," says one former gang member, his words tinged with sorrow. A former teacher recalls the gut-wrenching moment when she realized her choices had cost her everything. "I was meant to inspire, but I became a cautionary tale." Accompanied by the haunting echoes of metal clinking and distant footsteps, these emotional diary entries lay bare the raw feelings of loss, shame, and disbelief. Each inmate openly confronts the reality of their actions, creating a powerful tapestry of regret that binds them. Here, vulnerability becomes a shared experience, planting the seeds for introspection and hope as they begin to envision a different path. Chapter 4. The Weight of Isolation. As the heavy doors of the prison clang shut, the initial sounds of life within its walls begin to fade into a stark silence. Inmates describe their overwhelming feelings of isolation and vulnerability during those early days. "It felt like a tomb," recalls Marcus, a former gang member, his voice tinged with pain. "I was fighting demons that were louder than the silence around me." Diary entries reveal moments of intense reflection. Some inmates ponder how their actions led to this solitude, while others grapple with the loss of connection to family and friends. "I felt like I was in a different world," shares Sophia, a young mother, who recounts missing her children's laughter. These raw emotions are layered with ambient sounds of distant murmurs and the clattering of tray tables during mealtimes, highlighting the paradox of being surrounded by others while feeling so utterly alone. The segment poignantly captures the depth of despair, yet hints at the resilience that begins to emerge in the face of isolation. Chapter 5. The Weight of Isolation. As the heavy door swings shut behind them, a dense silence envelops the inmates, amplifying the stark loneliness that accompanies incarceration. In their diary entries, they articulate the profound sense of isolation that fills their days. "It's as if the world outside has forgotten me," one inmate confides, his voice trembling with vulnerability. Another recalls the stark contrast of life before the prison: laughter, friendships, freedom, all replaced by the echo of footsteps in barren corridors. The sound of solitary confinement doors creaking adds to the oppressive atmosphere as inmates share their initial reactions to the new environment. Some express fear of the unknown, others reveal a burgeoning sense of regret and longing. It's hard to be surrounded by people yet feel so alone, reflects another voice, capturing the paradox of human connection amidst confinement. The starkness of their experiences lays bare the emotional weight of isolation, setting the stage for their eventual journeys toward connection and healing. Chapter 6: Daily Life Behind Bars. As dawn breaks within the stark walls of the prison, the rhythmic sounds of metal clanging and footsteps echo through the corridors, signaling the start of another day. Inmates recount their morning rituals, the clatter of trays during breakfast, the murmur of fellow inmates sharing snippets of their lives, and the harsh buzz of the guards overseeing their movements. Diary entries reveal the monotony of the daily schedule, enforced routines that often feel both confining and grounding. "We wake up, eat, exercise, and repeat," one inmate writes, his voice tinged with resignation, yet underscored by an unexpected sense of stability. This structure, though restrictive, becomes a lifeline in a world defined by uncertainty. Amid the tedium, small moments of dignity emerge, a shared smile during yard time, a fleeting conversation about a favorite book. These mundane interactions forge fragile yet essential connections that breathe life into the otherwise stark prison landscape. Chapter 7: Moments of Connection. As daylight diffuses through the prison windows, the communal dining hall bursts into vibrant life. The sound of clattering trays and animated conversations fills the air, transforming the sterile environment into a tapestry of shared humanity. Inmates recount their experiences over meals, where the simple act of breaking bread fosters a sense of belonging. Laughter erupts as stories are exchanged, momentarily transcending the weight of their realities. One inmate, Marcus, reflects on his initial isolation. "I thought I was alone in my pain, but sharing a meal revealed layers of connection that I never expected. These are my brothers. We lift each other up." Through these moments, friendships blossom, grounding them in solidarity. The soundscape captures the melodic echoes of camaraderie, demonstrating how these interactions serve as lifelines within the harsh confines of prison. In this space, connection becomes a powerful tool for resilience, igniting sparks of hope amid despair. Chapter 8: Laughter and Healing. In the dimly lit rec room, the sound of laughter rises like a lifeline amidst the stark reality of prison life. Inmates gather for group therapy, a structured session where vulnerability meets camaraderie. Diary entries reveal the healing power of shared humor, jokes exchanged, stories told, and bonds forged. A former gang member narrates how laughter disarms the heavy weight of regret, lightening the spirits of men who once felt entirely isolated within concrete walls. One inmate recounts a moment when a spontaneous comedy sketch had everyone in stitches, the laughter echoing off the walls, transforming despair into connection. Through humor, they confront their pain, finding solace in shared experiences. This chapter underscores the critical relationships developed in these moments of levity, showing how laughter serves as a beacon of hope and strength. Together, they navigate their struggles, proving that even in the darkest places, the human spirit can find ways to heal and thrive. Chapter 9: The Power of Mentorship. In the heart of the prison, a profound transformation begins to unfold as inmates step into roles of mentorship. Sharing their stories and experiences, they create a bond that transcends the walls surrounding them. One inmate, Marcus, recalls his own turbulent journey as he begins guiding younger offenders through their struggles, his own mistakes fueling his determination to give back. He states, "If I can help just one person avoid the pain I caused, it's worth it." The soundscape transitions to vibrant conversations echoing through the halls, depicting the warmth of encouragement. In a powerful group discussion, a former gang member mentors a lost teen, highlighting the lessons of accountability and resilience. This dynamic exchange fosters growth within themselves and their peers, turning the cycle of despair into a nurturing circle of hope. As they empower each other, they illuminate the path to potential redemption, reminding all that change often begins with lifting someone else. Chapter 10: Creative Outlets. In this segment, the air buzzes with newfound energy as inmates embrace the power of creativity. One by one, they share their diary entries, unveiling the therapeutic impact of artistic expression on their lives behind bars. The former teacher, Mr. Harris, recounts how he initiated a literacy program, breathing life into dusty books and reigniting a passion for learning among his peers. Words became my way out, he reflects, sharing stories of inmates discovering the joy of reading, transforming their narratives from despair to hope. Meanwhile, the soulful tones of brushes against canvas fill the background as Malik, a gifted artist, details his remarkable journey, transforming gray prison walls into vibrant murals. Each stroke is a story, each color a reflection of their struggles and dreams. Art is our voice, he shares, capturing the essence of their experiences. Laughter and chatter blend with the sound of fading brushes, symbolizing a resurgence of identity and the profound healing found through creativity. Chapter 11. Transformative Journeys. In the quiet moments of reflection, inmates share profound insights into their evolving identities and the steps taken toward transformation. Through their diary entries, they illustrate how the time spent within the prison's rehabilitative framework acts as more than just a punishment. It's a catalyst for change. A former gang member speaks of breaking free from the cycle of violence and embracing responsibility, inspired by newfound self-awareness. Meanwhile, a woman recounts how her experience in therapy helped her confront the trauma that fueled her past decisions, igniting a desire to advocate for others facing similar struggles. The soundscape shifts here, with the distant echo of a training workshop, where inmates learn skills that empower them for life beyond the walls. Each recorded voice exudes hope and determination, revealing that redemption isn't merely a destination, but a continuous journey toward healing and betterment, a journey they are committed to embracing. Chapter 12. Support Networks. As the sun rises over the prison yard, a palpable sense of hope fills the air. In this chapter, we hear from counselors and prison reform advocates who passionately emphasize the critical role of community support in the rehabilitation of inmates. A counselor shares insights into the personalized approaches used to engage incarcerated individuals, underscoring the importance of trust and open communication in fostering real change. Advocates speak of volunteer programs that connect inmates with mentors from the outside, providing guidance and resources that bridge the gap between prison life and reintegration. They highlight success stories of former inmates who relied on these support networks to rebuild their lives and relationships upon release. This segment serves as a poignant reminder that redemption is not solely an individual journey. It is enriched by the compassion and understanding of others, reinforcing the idea that positive transformation is possible when communities come together. Chapter 13. Plans for Reintegration. As the release date approaches, inmates share their carefully considered plans for reintegration into society. One former gang member, reflecting on his past, expresses a desire to reconnect with his young daughter, envisioning weekends spent in the park, teaching her about life's simpler joys. A middle-aged woman, once consumed by addiction, dreams of enrolling in a community college, determined to pursue a degree in social work to help others navigate similar struggles. The diary entries are laced with vulnerability, as they articulate hopes of securing stable jobs, some aiming to work in trades, while others wish to share their artistic talents with the world. Amidst their aspirations, a common thread of gratitude emerges for the support of family members who remained steadfast during their incarceration. Each rekindled relationship serves as a beacon of hope, guiding them toward becoming contributing members of their communities, ready to forge new identities beyond the prison walls.